Welcome back to the Garden Hutch. Today I thought I'd show you folks what we're picking in the July heat. Let's get going. So as I said, today we're just going to show you what we're picking here in July. It's been a few days now over 100 degrees. Heat index today I think is going to be about 115. Right now it's about 8:30 in the morning and it's already over 90 degrees. So you kind of get the idea of what I'm saying. With all that being said, let's go take a look at all the veggies that are coming out of the gardens. So let's start by checking in on our cherry tomatoes here. Look at these guys. We usually get somewhere between half a dozen to, dozen and a half cherry tomatoes, depending on the day. You can see how some of these clusters right here are just keep reforming and reforming. We're almost finished with the bottom portion here. So once that happens, I'll go through and trim these up a little bit as we go. But these cherry tomatoes so far have done really well. I'm curious to see what happens over this next part. You can see again, I need to go through and tie these over. And of course, they're going to orientate themselves sort of up, so as we go across, I'll be interested to see as they get down this way, the way it works. I anticipate them having that little curl on the ends of them. But you could always, you can't go wrong, I guess is what I'm trying to say, with having those extra cherry tomatoes. And we won't spend too much time looking through here because it takes us 45 minutes, it seems like, every day to go through and find all of the cucumbers. But Leslie is pickling an insane amount of cucumbers a day right now. I think she's averaging like maybe 2 quarts a day. Look at those big fellas back there. Those will make great pickles. And then of course down here are the slicing cucumbers. And with that wind came through and broke our trellis system, once we put it back up, this cucumber plant seems to have responded really well to that. You can see how dense all of these leaves and things are. That's kind of what makes it difficult to find all of the cucumbers. But the other thing to that is that all of the leaves and things, it really helps out this time of year. I think today is going to be the heat index, I believe, is supposed to be upwards of 115 or so. So that foliage really does help out with retaining moisture and stuff for the plants. So let's start here with these banana peppers, and we will be picking these guys today, and I'll be putting up another jar of sweet banana peppers. I absolutely love these things. I've put up 4 jars so far this year, and I've already eaten 2 of them. I like them on just about everything. I'll put them on a little bit of pasta. I'll put them on, look at the size of that fella right over there. I like them with, everybody who watched the channel knows that tomatoes and cucumbers are one of my favorites. And these sweet pickled banana peppers add a great taste if you have like a large bowl of marinated tomatoes and cucumbers. Jeez, that's what I want. Looking forward to that. Look at this guy over here. He's really got a bunch of banana peppers on him. You can tell I'm excited about the banana peppers. They're one of my favorite additions to the garden. We started growing them last year for the first time, and they have just been fantastic for us. So I know some people don't care for them, but here on the homestead, they are one of our favorites. And here is something I am actually going to come out with as soon as I get done with this video, and I'm going to pick us a small salad. It has been weeks and weeks since we've had fresh salad here from our own garden. I'm not sure if it's going to be bitter or not with it being so hot, but I'm going to try this guy right here for lunch today. Add some fresh tomatoes and cucumbers that we're picking along with it. That's exciting. These guys, we're not picking them yet, but it's going to be awesome. These ground cherries, they don't look fantastic, from a video. Every time I film them, I think, well, they don't look great, but they are some crazy producers. Every day we end up with a large basket, and the way you harvest these is you just go through and you look for all of the ground cherries that have fallen off. They naturally, that's how you know they're ready. They'll naturally just fall off on the ground, and it feels like a never-ending process of picking these bad boys up. That's good though, because what we've been doing is I want to try to make some jelly out of them. So I've been freezing them, and I'm just going to get a whole bag of them through the course of the year, and then I will, once the season is over, I'll go through and make that jelly. Let's see, I'm pretty sure we should have, oh yeah, we got some squash that needs to come out. These squash plants have been doing phenomenal. We try not to stress them out too terribly much right now, just because the temperatures are out of this world. Oh, there's another one back there. You can see that fella. Yep, he'll be having him for dinner tonight. It's really nice whenever you come out in the mornings and you can pick your garden, and then you can decide what you want for dinner. That's kind of the way I've been doing it. You can see here these cayenne peppers. We got the jumbos this year, and they are substantially larger than the small ones we had last year. I'm not sure about the production as far as the number of them, but we are really happy with the way they're coming out. And this is the perfect size. You know, you get in here with these guys. See how big that fella is right over there? And what I'll do is I'll take him, cut him in half, take the seeds out, and I will put it in with my sweet banana peppers. And it adds a fantastic flavor. Just a little bit of heat, just enough to kind of know it's there, but not enough to overwhelm anybody. Look at these guys. You can see these, the yellow pear, for some reason, their leaves are more fragile than the rest of them, but we're getting a bunch of them and they taste good, so we'll see what happens. So you saw the cherry tomatoes from the old garden. You know, you mix that in here with all these cherry tomatoes that we get from the top garden, and we have a difficult time eating all of them. So that's a lot of what we're giving away right. Oh, look at all those yellow pear tomatoes in there. That looks awesome, huh? But we, you know, we give them away. It's mostly what we give away really right now, because we have so many extra of them. You know, every day when you're getting 2 to 3 dozen cherry tomatoes, it's difficult to eat that many each and every day. But I'll tell you what, I'd give it my all. So we grew the hot jalapenos, and we also grow these, I believe they're called not jalapenos. They look like jalapenos, but they are, I don't think they have any capsaicin, and if so, it's a bare minimum. It's difficult. That's a real leafy plant, but today will be the first day that we come through and harvest these, and there are some really good size peppers in here. This top layer here, they're a little bit smaller, but when you get down into the bottom of the plant, you can see how many peppers there really are. So it's time to go through and thin these out so they'll start putting on new peppers and that sort of thing, with the goal being to be able to put up several jars of just those, because we really like the taste of those. And I'll probably candy them and serve them for the kids and that sort of stuff with nachos, so they can have the jalapeno look without all of the heat. But let's look. These guys are, yep, there are several in there that will be coming off. What I like to do is I like to take them whenever they're about as red as I can get them, and then I'll let them sit one day just so they have the sugars and stuff have a chance to come out. So I will be picking quite a few of these guys. I'll lay them out on a rack, and then tomorrow afternoon I'll go through and we'll start canning some more tomatoes. I can't tell you how excited I am about canning those tomatoes. And then just to add to all the other cherry tomatoes that we pick daily, this volunteer cherry tomato plant that we have in with aromas, believe it or not, it puts off an insane amount of cherry tomatoes each day. So I guess those sweet millions are really the way to go. They're probably the most productive. Those and the orange tomatoes, we'll be using those for sure going forward. Look at those. It won't be long and I'll be picking these guys off. I mean, I'm really happy with the way that these beefsteaks have started to kind of set, and then as we go up, you can see there's another round of smaller tomatoes in this canopy. So again, what we'll do is, you know, once the majority of these come out, I'll trim all this up higher, all of this foliage, to expose the next round of the beefsteak tomatoes, and then I'll use these larger stakes up here to kind of tie everything up. So as you can see, we have a lot of work to do. We will pickle the sweet banana peppers, the nadapinos, and I will can the Roma tomatoes. The beef masters that we pulled, the beef steak, I'm sorry, we'll use those in our cucumbers and tomatoes. And you can see Leslie has a bunch of work this morning to get her pickles done. Well, as you can see, we have our work cut out for us. So we'll spend the hot part of the day inside trying to can and pickle and all the other stuff. As always, we appreciate everyone for hanging out with us today. Until next time, I hope all you folks take care of yourselves. Peace.